Hey everyone, how's everyone doing today? I hope everyone's having a blessed day. Today is June 3rd, 2026. You're gonna see it on June 3rd because, as you guys have noticed, I've been a lot more consistent, which I'm very happy about. If you've been liking my chit chat videos or anything hair related, please feel free to subscribe. It really helps with my channel. It also helps push the channel towards other like-minded individuals, and it honestly motivates me to just keep on making more and more videos. Okay, so I just washed my hair. I'm in the new land. I can't say where I am yet, unfortunately, but the time that I am able to say, you guys know that I will. This is just a glimpse of where I'm staying at. It's just a cute little hotel apartment type of vibe. I have my own room, and then there's like a living room out there. They upgraded me, you know, favor. I'm just going to put my hair in 4 plaits and call it a day. Y'all, please tell me this is not acne. These are, I'm pretty sure these are like bites. These mosquitoes, I don't know what bit, but they tore me up last night, and I just woke up with 3 bumps, and I'm kind of annoyed about that, but that's what they are. I thought this was acne. Like, I thought this was a pimple at first, but it doesn't hurt or anything. It really just is these. So I'm just hoping and praying that it goes down, that these things don't leave a scar, because I wanted to share a bit of the lessons that I learned while I was in London, honestly, because I truly believe that London was just a thing on its own. If I could describe London in a few words, it would be preparation with people. The reason I say that is because when the Lord had me first in Dallas, it was a lot of refinement. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please feel free to catch up, okay? Because I'm telling you, the Lord has been having me on an Abrahamic journey, and only while I was in London is when he's giving me the go to actually say everything that I was saying. So from the time that I was doing my hair videos in the bathroom, that was when I was in Dallas. I was in Texas. I had actually left Canada since it's been a year now since it's gonna be a year in a month that I have left Canada. So the Lord told me to move to Dallas on July 1st, and it is now June 3rd. So it's about to be a whole year since I have not been back home, a whole year since I have not seen my family in person. If you have any questions regarding like how I feel and all this stuff, whatever it is, to put in the comments. I have no problem in answering all those questions. But I say that to say, Dallas was a lot of refinement, but I would say refinement in terms of self. I had to look in the mirror a lot. You know, it was a lot of accountability. It was a lot of pruning. It was a lot of consecration and fasting. And honestly, it has been in all these places that I've been at so far. But the reason I want to talk about London today is because the evidence of Christ is honestly and truly in your reactions. You could quote all the Bible verses, you go to church 7 days a week, whatever it is. The true evidence of Christ in your life is in your reactions and how you treat people, how you treat others. When you're submitted to the Holy Spirit, there is a refinement that happens when it comes to your reactions. The idea is that you become more slow to speak, you become more quick to listen, you become more forgiving, and you do it quickly. You're not as reactive. You're not as easily angered, because the Bible says like to not be easily provoked. Like, these are all things that happen, and if you actually study the word and you apply the word, these things should change you over time, right? And I think that where we get caught up a lot of times as Christians or as people that believe is that we can get caught up in all the scriptures. We could get caught up in what to say, how to say it, quote the best things to say, and speak all the Christianese and all the language, but then our reactions don't actually live up to what we're saying. So I think that that's what London showed me, because in Dallas I was getting refined, I was getting pruned, but then in Dallas also is when God showed me that I had a lot of pride in my heart towards my family, and I had caused a lot of division between us. It was like passion that stemmed from a place of anger because I felt like I was being misunderstood. Dallas for me personally was a moment for self. I needed more than ever to stand firm in who God told me that I was, because there was so many things that were being thrown at me that were trying to take me away from God's identity. And so it was hard, but it was necessary. And then London was a time when I had to apply all the things that I learned throughout Dallas, you know, standing firm in my identity, but now applying it with people, dealing with a roommate who actually was dealing with a lot of unforgiveness in their heart. So they would lash out at me, they would nag at me, they would complain at me, they would call me names. And I had to remember that we don't fight against flesh and blood. I had to choose what to react to and what not to react to. I had to choose wisdom at times when maybe I could have snapped back, and I did in the beginning. That's what I'm saying. It was a process. Like, everything has just been a process. It was through that situation that I learned, okay, you grew up around nagging, so you're nagging me So I'm not gonna clap back at you. I'm just going to try to decode what you're actually requesting of me, and then I'm gonna do that. I'm just going to obey your instruction. But but the nagging in the beginning, I was just like, why are you yelling at me? Stop yelling, all this stuff, because I was reactive. And so that was God showing me, it's like, okay, yes, we worked on your character, Carmelli. We worked on your character, we worked on your responses and stuff, but now I actually need you to apply it with real people that might not be always agreeable or have the same kind of relationship with God. I would have to be the light for that. And that was the case for me. This is all a journey, and I'm honestly so happy. Like, I'm very grateful that the Lord put on my heart to start this series. Truly, like, I could even look back at some of my videos. I'm like, wow, like, I don't even think the same. I don't even look the same. And like, that's why I'm very happy that I'm a very fluid person. Like, I'm not stubborn at all. Being in London has opened my mind to that. It's, I guess you can be really, you can love God with all your heart. You can be passionate, but if your passion is coming from the wrong place, is it even worth it? Like, at the end of the day, like, we're supposed to be light. And that's why I feel like London was just such a big test for me. And so you're gonna meet people that are not gonna agree with you. You're gonna meet people that you don't agree with, and you still have to be a light. You still have to show them love in spite of that. You still have to show up with the fruit of the Spirit. And that's what London taught me, truly. London also taught me that there are truly seasons for every single, like, how I made that video about there's a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens, and we were kind of going deeper into that. Y'all, like, everything has a season. Everyone that you meet is not going to be with you forever, and that's like that's the point of it. And like, I think that London also gave me the grace to discern those kind of relationships. Me not knowing how to do that happened in London, and then also me learning how to do that happened in London. It's like, it's a good thing that God did. When I first came to Dallas, it's like my friends were basically handed to me. The Lord just provided me my community. I didn't have to really vet, because God was like, okay, here you go, basically, right? And that's a blessing in itself. Like, everything was just provided. So I was like, okay, calm. Like, I guess that's what's gonna happen in London. And boy, was I wrong, guys. Like, I went through a whole friendship breakup in London. Like, I went through a friendship breakup. I went through betrayal in London. There's seasons for everything, and we have to have the wisdom to discern every season. And it's not to say that these people are bad people. And I know it sounds cliche, and you probably heard this a million times, but it's not to say that these people are bad people, but it could be that they're not the right people for you. And that's okay. That's why it's so important to recognize seasons, especially in relationships. Like, I'm grateful that I made, even in spite of all that stuff, I made like really good connections and just amazing people. But even with those people, like, I also understand, okay, this was for the season. God used us for whatever reasons, for our own personal journeys. And it doesn't have to end bad. When the separation happened between the last friends, it wasn't sad. It was like this understanding that, okay, the time is up. Not like the time is up, like we'll never speak again, but we also understood, like, okay, this is God's doing. This was a seasonal thing, but this was definitely a God thing. And that's what gives it the most amount of peace, guys. Like, a God-ordained relationship, God-ordained friendship, God-ordained relationship is gonna come with so much peace. Like, you just know. And then on top of that, you don't feel heartbroken. Like, you don't feel all that anxiety, that trauma that comes with breaking off not God-ordained relationship. Like, how when you have a not God-ordained relationship, sometimes you tend to idolize the people. These people end up being your source of comfort. They end up being your source of peace. And so when it ends, it usually never ends well, because God would never provide anything that would replace him, right? So these things always end in some kind of heartbreak. They always end in some kind of disappointment or something that just is bigger than it needs to be. The way that he's shown himself, like, through these relationships in my life, it's just always been peace. Even if there is like a time when we're not agreeing with each other, right? It's never a fight. Like, it's really calm. Like, it's really calm. It's where we speak about it. The fruit of the Spirit was just so clearly evident in both of these relationships, in both of these friendships. So I just want to say, yeah, like, wait on God. Wait on God for your friendships. Wait on God for your relationships, because God does not disappoint. And God knows what you need. I forgot to literally tell you guys that I launched a community, okay? It's called the Faith-Filled Founder Friends, and it is essentially a community of faith-filled founders, okay? And the reason I launched this community is because when I came to London, suddenly I started having a desire to make founder friends. And so I was like, I want to make some founder friends. I want to meet some people in business. I'm sure there's a lot of people like are, you know, like-minded in London. So I tried to connect, and you know, it worked, but not really, because guys, I'm a woman of God. Okay, I'm a woman of God. I can't help but talk about my father. Like, I love him. I was like, you know what, I need to make some faith-filled founder friends. And like I told you guys in the previous video, that idea came after I had obeyed God and humbled myself, okay? And long story short, now faith-filled founder friends is a community. So I'm gonna actually put the link right here, or go on my Instagram. I'm gonna put my Instagram right here. Go on my Instagram, go in the bio, and register to be a faith-filled founder friend. Is you're gonna have full access to the guided fast money 40-day challenge. We're actually doing it right now. We're on day 3. We're doing it from June 1st all the way to the 11th of July. So it's not too late. You can still join. Just join the fast, you know, speed up, catch up, because it's amazing. It's impactful. We're at the halftime of the year, guys. There's no reason as to why your life can't shift. I know the first couple quarters, people tend to be like, you know what, yeah, this is the time, this is the time. But the moment summer hits, we're back in our same habits, and then we come back January 1st and we're like, oh, New Year's resolution. Y'all, we gotta stop. The patterns, it has to stop. And also in the community, I'm offering one-on-one coaching. You can apply for coaching in the link that I will paste right here as well. And so essentially the coaching is to help you with your business. I want to help you monetize on your gifts. As a psych major, I also understand that business is not just business, it's also mental, it's spiritual, and I want to help you in those areas as well. Before we can even start a business, we need to start unpacking identity and all these things. And if you've been watching me from the beginning, you know that that is all I care about, because that is what God had to work through in me, y'all, okay? So I want to work with you one-on-one. The price is the lowest it ever will be right now, okay? Because I promise y'all it's going up, just because I value time. God showed me how much, remember in that video, I actually mentioned it. God showed me how much we need to start valuing time and money, especially as Christians. We tend to over-deliver and undercharge. So I'm not saying that I have to just charge a whole bunch of money, but I do understand that Solomon needed money to do what he had to do. David needed money to do what he had to do. These men were wealthy men of God in the Bible. Everyone was, for the most part, everyone was wealthy in the Bible. Sad to say, if you are a woman of God and you feel like you are not where you want to be right now, you know that you're called to more, reach out to me, DM me, and let's work. Fill out the application form and we'll see if we're the right fit for each other. I truly believe that we will be, because, you know, if you've been following me, if you've been watching these videos, that means that we're the right fit for each other, to be honest, because you know me. Okay, you know how honest I am, you know how real I am, and you're still here. Like, oh, it's really exciting, the amount of things that God has done in a short amount of time, simply because he changed my environment and he connected me with a mentor who pours into me, who literally opened my mind. I used to not even speak like this. I used to probably be like, oh, that's expensive, that can't come out of my mouth anymore. I'm not gonna say this is expensive. I'm gonna say I'm finding a way to afford this. That's it. Because I cannot keep on allowing lack to come out of my mouth, and I want to stop you from having lack come out of your mouth as well, because life and death is in the power of the tongue, and those who love it shall eat its fruit. No matter if it's good or bad, your words will bear fruit. So I'm gonna finish up my hair. So if you watch it to the end, leave a green heart. Leave a green heart. Okay? So I have my hair in these 4 plaits. As you know, this is what has been growing my hair beautifully, so I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna just put my hair back into a little bun, put my headscarf on, and leave my hair alone. So that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys next week, and thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you got value from this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram. Love y'all.